whether she's performing with her band Moriarty or duetting with fellow free spirit cellist Dom La Nena or singing tributes to French composer Gabriel Fauré. Her voice is unforgettable. I'm joined in the studio by Franco-American singer and musician Rosemary Standley. Welcome to the show, Rosemary.
Thank you. Hello.
And I'm delighted to say you're going to start by singing for us, aren't you?
Yes.
What are you going to sing?
Shake Sugary from Elizabeth Cotton. Have a little song, won't take long. Sing it right once or twice. Oh, Lordy me, did I shake sugary? Everything I got is done and pawn. Everything I got is done and pawn. Pawn my watch and I pawn my chain. Pawn everything that was in my name. Oh, Lordy me, did I shake sugary? Everything I got is done and pawn. Everything I got is done and pawn. Pawn my buggy, horse and cart. Pawn everything that was on my lot. Oh, Lordy me, did I shake sugary? Everything I got is done and pawn. Everything I got is done and pawn.
Lovely, thank you so much. Tell us about Elizabeth Cotton then. Why did you choose that song?
Because I was raised with Pete Seeger and with his songs. My dad is a folk singer, and so I was raised with Pete Seeger's records. And Elizabeth Cotton is a bit less famous, but she was Pete Seeger's nanny, and also she wrote this wonderful song, Freight Train, who became a folk classic.
We know you best from being in your band Moriarty, which actually started 20 years ago now, 2 whole decades, 1999. You've released this book, Moriarty Echoes from the Borderline, which is celebrating 10 years on the road, something like 800 concerts in 25 countries. I wanted to talk to you about one of the photos in the book. There are lots of beautiful photos we can look at, but at the very beginning, we see you guys sort of going back in time. Tell us about this picture.
So this is a collage from Stéphane. Stéphane is the photographer. He's a guitar player and also a wonderful sketch drawer, and he's a great artist. And actually, he did this book. And Stéphane Zimmerli. And he's also an architect, and he does so many amazing things. And so this is a collage, and through this collage, you can see the spirit of the band. We're not really serious all the time. It's really, we want to have fun all the time. So that's part of our spirit.
And as well as Moriarty, which has been going for something like 20 years, you've got loads of different things going on, individual things. This week you're in concert with the Brazilian-born cellist and singer Dom La Nena. Your collaboration is called Birds on a Wire. You've made an album together a couple of years ago. In a moment, we're going to listen to La Jeunesse de Mort, based on a poem by Anna de Neuilly, written in 1920, performed together. I just wanted to ask you, why did you choose this poem and why this poet?
Because we had an offer from European television who asked us they have this thing every year. They have a theme. Migrants was last year, and so this year was the peace. And we were looking, so it was de l'armistice.
Okay.
And so it was the end of...
So 100 years since the end of the war.
The end of First World War. And so we've been searching for poems, and I thought that a vision of a woman's vision was important to it was different, and someone showed me this poem, and I thought it was a wonderful thing to sing, and so we wrote the music. Actually, Dom and I, it's the first song where we composed the music for.
Because you do a lot of covers. Okay, well, let's take a listen to that.
Ces enfants bondissants partaient contents de pleurs. Ils dorment à présent saccagés dans la terre.
So Birds on a Wire performing at Paris' Son 4 this week. You sing in a variety of languages when you sing. You have always had this mix of cultures, as your dad is an American folk singer. Tell us about your musical beginnings and your introduction into music. Was it folk music?
It was folk music, country music, and also classical, because my mother used to listen to opera a lot. And then when I was 15, I had my own rock blues band. So I started out pretty young. But I was always interested into classical also. And I like to be mixing things, mixing languages and mixing cultures and ideas, and
we can see that from the eclectic work that you've got going on at the moment. Another album you've contributed to is Baume, which is a tribute to the French composer Gabriel Fauré. Several singers appear on the album. Why did you want to take part? Why is this composer significant for you?
Because actually, my story at Fauré was that I studied his melodies when I was at the Conservatoire, studying classical singing. And like other composers from the same era, like Chausson, Duparc, there is a romantic vision of life that could sound a little bit old-timey and right now, but the melodies are really beautiful. And when Olivier did this, Olivier Mélano and Baume, Maëva Lebert, Anne Gouverneur and Simon Dalmay rearranged these melodies, I thought it was really some kind of a box of jewelry, you know, and you pick one, because Fauré's melodies are really beautiful. But right now, after having been doing that record and listening to those versions, I have a hard time to listen to the classical versions.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can have a look at you performing one of his most famous works, Après une rêve.
Les cieux pour nous entr'ouvraient leurs nues splendeurs inconnues, lueurs divines entrevues. Hélas, triste réveil des songes, je t'appelle, ô nuit, rends-moi tes mensonges.
So now when you listen to the original versions, what do they make you feel? Do you find it quite strange? Do you feel like it's good to modernize?
I wouldn't say that they modernize. I would say that it's what they did is that asking to singers that are not classical singers, opera singers, make you listen to maybe more the melody and also the text and the meaning of the songs. You're closer to maybe to the emotion, I think.
Well, it's very beautiful. And we end every show, Rosemary, with our guest's cultural pick of the moment. What have you chosen for us?
The Sonata Mio. Sonata Mio is a play for children about this little girl whose name is Sadako, a Japanese girl who died 10 years after Hiroshima. She discovered this thing, a legend that says that if you fold 1,000 paper crane, you can make her wish. And so her classmates, who were very moved by this story and didn't want her to disappear like that, they fold the rest of the birds, and she became a legend. This performance is about this story of Sadako, and also you have this beautiful music played by Christine Lézé, which is a wonderful violin player, who plays the Chacona, Bach's Chacona for violin solo. And the violin cries the whole long of the play, but in the end, it's not sad at all. And there's just hope. You know, she's been working with kids to make this play, and you can hear all the speaking, also the words of the kids she's been working with, and they speak about war, they speak about death, and they speak about life and how you can try to change the world.
Okay.
Voilà.
Rosemary, thank you. It sounds very interesting to take children to. And we're going to leave you with that. This is from Sonata Mio, which is on in March at l'Estran de Guidel in Brittany. Birds on a Wire are performing at Paris is on Cat this week. Remember, our website, we're also on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. There's more news coming up on France 24 after this. So we can see.
Africa News, your eyes on Africa. Bringing you the latest from across the continent.
Eye on Africa, presented by Georgia Calvin-Smith on France 24 and France24.com.